Hello YouTubers. In this video I will talk about Siemens IM151-7 CPU interface module. Please do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. The IM151-7 interface module is a component of the ET200S distributed I/O system. It enables to decentralized control tasks. This interface module can be used as a standalone CPU. Let's have a look at the functionality of this interface module. As it has integrated CPU, this interface module has a PLC functionality with integrated of 48 kilobytes working memory. It can only be operated with fitted load memory, MMC. It can be enhanced with up to 63 I/O modules from ET200S range. There is mode selector for run, stop and MRES. It also has indicating LEDs. Can be connected to the PROFIBUS network. By installing DP Master module, you can enable DP Master functionality. At the end of the rack terminating module must be attached. Otherwise CPU will remain in start mode. Let's create a project, where IM151-7 CPU will be as slave on PROFIBUS DP network for S7 300 series PLC. Create new project. To be able to add S7 151-7 CPU, you need to insert S300 series station. I will give it a name of 151-7 CPU. Open hardware configuration. From the hardware catalog that is located at the right side of the window, expand PROFIBUS DP. Find the ET200S and expand it. Find your IM151-7 CPU. If you cannot find it, then you need to update your hardware catalog. Drag and drop your IM151-7 CPU. A rack with your CPU will appear. You can open your CPU properties and set some of them to fit to your needs. As you can see from Communication tab, the maximum number of connections resources is 12. Please keep in mind that ET200S cannot be accessed from more than 12 devices in parallel. In general, one connection is reserved for PG communication, one connection is reserved for OP communication, and 10 connections are available for PDs, OPs, or CPUs. Next step is to configure the properties of MPI-DP. Open up the properties by double-click on the interface. As my IM CPU will be on the PROFIBUS network, I do select PROFIBUS as type of the interface. If there is no any PROFIBUS network you can create one, otherwise you can select existing one. Save your configuration. If you open Network View you will find your IM151-7 CPU in the selected PROFIBUS network. Now let's add a master station. It will be an S7 300 series PLC. Insert 300 series station. I am going to name it Master. You can give it a name according your needs. Open the hardware configuration of the station. Find SIMATIC 300 in your hardware catalog and expand it. What you need to do now is to insert the rack, where all of your modules will be installed. First module will be CPU. Find one from hardware catalog. The PROFIBUS properties will open up automatically. Select same subnet where your IM151-7 CPU is added. Set the address number to. Add some more modules if needed. You can adjust other CPU properties to meet your needs. Save your configuration. If you open Network View, you should find both stations in the same PROFIBUS network. All the settings are done. Now the IM151-7 needs to be added as I Slave. Being in the hardware configuration of the S7 300 Master PLC, in the hardware catalog expand the PROFIBUS DP. Find the catalog with configured stations and expand it. Find the ET200S CPU, drag and drop it onto your PROFIBUS DP master system. In the Open Dialog window, in Coupling tab you should see your configured IM151-7 CPU. In this example there is only one station. In your project there might be more, depending on how many you have configured. Select the right one station and click Couple. You should see active coupling with slave that has specified PROFIBUS address. In my case it is 59. If you want your IM151-7 act as standalone PLC then click Uncouple. If you try to compile your hardware configuration, you will get an error message, that configuration is inconsistent, it is incomplete. Open the properties of configured I Slave IM151-7 CPU and switch to the Configuration tab. As you can see, there are predefined only peripheral inputs and outputs for local station and no any for remote partner. That is the cause of the problem. To fix that, open the properties of configured I Slave IM151-7 CPU while you are in the hardware configuration of the master PLC, and switch to the Configuration tab. Select one of the row, let it be with local input address area, and click on Edit, or double-click that row. Configuration dialog will open. Here I will assign the data area for DP partner. Please keep in mind that local means IM151-7 PLC, and partner is master, in my case, S7 300 PLC. Address type for local slave is input, for remote partner it should be output. Set address type output for partner. And starting address. Set the desired length and units. It means that 16 peripheral output words of master PLC starting on 128 are coupled with 16 peripheral input words of slave PLC starting on 128. Select line number 2 and open configuration of it by clicking Edit button, or double-click the selected line. Here you need to couple slave outputs with master inputs. Select address type as input, and set the desired starting address. Set the length and the unit. In my case, length is 16 and unit is word. Configuration is finished. If you switch to the IM151-7 CPU, you should see the same configuration. Select MPI DP interface and open the configuration. As you can see, configuration is updated here. Switch to the network view, save and compile all. Configuration of I Slave on PROFIBUS DP master is finished. Download hardware configuration to the corresponding CPUs. Download of the master hardware configuration is done. Repeat the process with I Slave PLC. All is done, let's make some tests. I have made a simple application that writes values to the peripheral outputs. Same application is on both stations. The purpose of it is just to send some values via local peripheral outputs to the peripheral inputs of the partner. At first I will try to send values from the slave to the master. As you can see, the values of the peripheral inputs of the master changes according to the values of the corresponding outputs of the slave. Now I will try the opposite. This time values of the peripheral inputs of the slave changes according to the values of the corresponding outputs of the master. Let's make some more tests. As you can see, the application works well. The IM151-7 CPU has been configured as I Slave successfully. If you find this video useful, please do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching and happy coding.